Hi everyone, my name is Charmaine and I'm a registered dietitian that helps people reverse type 2 diabetes with plant-based eating. And I have Ezekiel here. You can say hi to everyone, Ezekiel.
Hello, everyone.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this and just letting me interview you, Ezekiel. I know you're one of our clients in our programs, in our reversing diabetes program. So what actually made you reach out to me in the first place?
It was an easy decision. I had just been diagnosed, and
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got nervous and scared a little. But when the dust settled, I started looking around for information about diabetes. And these days, we go to social media,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a heavy presence in social media. I went to TikTok as I was doing my searches. You
Mm-hmm.
were among the few names that came up.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened, of course, with a lot of interest what everybody was saying. And your information seemed to make sense. It was logical. I could relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so a few days went by, and I said, no, I cannot put this off any longer.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just, pass on some, information about myself to you guys. And you reached out, and here we are.
Awesome. I love
Yes.
that. Thank you so much for sharing. And I love that you shared that, you cannot wait any longer. Can you expand a little bit on that why you can't wait any longer or what your motivation or what your why is?
Yes, that's a good question, and I think about it even right now because
Mm-hmm.
up until my diagnosis, I had a good life going on, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Man, this thing is going to interfere with it."
Right.
I got a family, I got kids that I love; they love me as well. And so when I saw that there was a way out of this, from your videos and testimonials that I saw online, I said, why wait? I mean, if this, and I said to myself, I said, if this thing is reversible, I would reverse it. And because of all those things, but the most important thing was the family and children, I said, no, I have to start today. And I sure did, and I'm glad I did.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so
Hmm.
much for sharing. And how is your journey, transitioning? Can you describe your journey transitioning to this lifestyle? I know you have beautiful meals, so, how is that journey like for
Thanks for
you?
mentioning that. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be.
Mm,
Uh, because I hadn't tried some of these meal combinations before. But because of what was motivating me,
mhm.
I just jumped into it, and I can honestly tell you that these are some of the best meals that one can have. And
Mhm.
like I told you there before, after here, even when things go back to normal, I'm not going to live the lifestyle.
Mhm.
I think we overburden ourselves with a lot of other things that don't even matter.
Yeah.
But when your life is on the line, I guess maybe you're forced to find out that there are better things in life than what
Mhm.
you've been used to. So yeah, to answer your question, the transition has been rather easy.
Mhm.
To me, at least, it's been just easy. And like I
Mhm.
said, I'm not going to leave it even after when things settle down.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And you use a lot of spices and herbs, right, in your meals. I know you list them all out, and I can
Yeah.
see that that's why it's delicious because you're making use of so many different ingredients and things like that. So I love
And
that.
and and believe it or not, I mean, to me, that's a new discovery. I was never a
Hmm.
spicy person. I was just basic. I'll just do my meals, of course,
Hmm.
balanced, but I never was into spices. I've discovered that there are very, very good things out there, and when you tell me that they have all these nutritional value, I mean, why
Hmm.
not? It's just, that's an added advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Got it. And so how are you, seeing results in this lifestyle? What are the results that you've been seeing? How do you feel? Can you tell us a little bit more?
The results have been quick and
Uh-huh.
surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if I already said this, but I was diagnosed in April,
Mm-hmm.
the first on the 7th of April,
Mm-hmm.
and I think came to you about a month or 3 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
And within another 2, 3 weeks, I started seeing numbers go down.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they were so low that we decided to go back. I tried to go back to my doctor and said, no, I cannot function
Mm-hmm.
because the numbers are just too low. I had
Mm-hmm.
started at 300. I did have at 300
Yeah.
in my sugar levels.
Mm-hmm.
And after 2, 3 weeks, they have come down drastically. In fact, I was doing 50s before I went to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
so I'm glad to tell you that I am off my medication.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been, I think this is the third week of medication, but
Mm-hmm.
still the numbers are stable,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you've been telling me that, things are good. Sometimes I say, man, I cannot believe this, but yeah, I'm here and I
Mm-hmm.
will tell you that I'm energetic. Um,
Mm.
my mental focus is really good because that's where I was having issues there
Mm.
before. My eyesight is good. I
Mm-hmm.
was almost losing sight
Oh
there
wow.
before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm so thankful everything is good right now, and so I can't complain. I'm just, I thank you guys so much
Oh.
for helping people just like me.
Oh, you're so welcome, Ezekiel. And it's great that, you're one of the examples. Of course, when it comes to reversing diabetes, there's fast responders, there's medium responders, and there's, slow responders. It's not a race, right? But it's
Hmm.
also really encouraging to see that it doesn't have to take a long time for you to start seeing results. And once, you're able to make a change, everything falls into place,
Yes,
right?
yes, right.
And for those of you who are watching, Ezekiel currently is not even finished with our 3 month program. He's really just 1 month in, and he's already
Yes.
seeing so much results. And it's just so encouraging to hear that. And what are some of the numbers that you've been seeing, if you don't mind me asking, with the A1C?
You,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You mean before medication stop or after?
No, just with your average A1C. What are
Yes,
the?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been I was there around 4 point something, right now,
Mm-hmm.
like 5.8. When I went in to my doctor, it was 7.4, but she explained that the
Mm-hmm.
averages are run like for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the numbers that were included in there were before I even started,
Mm-hmm.
getting this intervention.
Yeah.
So I'll say that in fact, they were below the numbers that are supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I was usually below 70
Yeah.
in terms of my
Mm-hmm.
sugar levels.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, as we speak, I range from between 70 something and
Mm-hmm.
let's say 87, 88
Mm-hmm.
in terms of my sugar levels.
I love
And
that.
and that is just amazing to me. I cannot believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
cool because, I know you started with your A1C at, almost 12 or 12 something, right? And then you're
12.8.
12.8, yes. And
Yes.
then now the second A1C that you got recently was 7.8.
Point,
And that's
point
huge.
four.
Oh,
Point four.
7.4. That's
Mm-hmm.
huge. That's
Yes.
huge because you're able to, that's five percent of decrease. So I mean, that's
Yes.
5 points of decrease. And I love what your doctor shared, right? Your doctor shared that it's a 3 month average, so of course it's going to pull up your A1C more, but what your
Yes.
average A1C is showing is that you're having like 4 and 5 A1C with your current blood sugar. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And
Mm-hmm.
like I keep telling you, I mean, it's unbelievable to me. I never
Mm-hmm.
knew anything like this was doable. Of course, when you have a problem, that's when you start looking for solutions.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, this is just, and I wouldn't. Of course, there is the aspect of discipline. Like
Mm-hmm.
once you get into a program like this, you have to discipline yourself to
Mm-hmm.
ignore these other things that you've been used to, and which is what I
Mm-hmm.
have done.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would suggest to everybody that is in my situation, or that the situation that I was in, don't wait. I mean, it's your life that we are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be one thing if there was no solution.
Mm-hmm.
But when there is a solution out there, and it's an easy one, it's a simple
Mm-hmm.
life adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of things that we have to look forward to in life. Life doesn't have to be miserable or short,
Mm-hmm.
if we would have anything to do about it. So
Yeah.
there are solutions out there. So reach out
Mm-hmm.
get them.
Yeah, I love what you shared. And, as hearing you talk throughout this interview, I think one of the biggest thing that I noticed about you is just your mindset is different, right? A lot of
Mm,
people can think that, I gotta change my diet. That's, too much to do, and or either like rely on my medications. A lot of times it's the mindset, right?
yes.
But because for you, you're like, okay, if there's a solution, if it's a simple solution, I'm gonna do it. And then it's simple for you, it's easy for
Hmm.
you, right? And so
Yeah,
I think your
yeah.
mindset is very different, and I appreciate that. And I think a lot of times we overcomplicate things in life, and you just see it very simply. And I love that.
And that's thank you. And that's what it is actually, even in other
Mm-hmm.
things in life. I mean, if you decide that this is what I want to do, even in more complicated things in life. I mean, to me now, this is easy now, having looked at what has happened,
Mm-hmm.
and what I haven't really lost anything. You know,
Right.
so there are things in life that are more difficult than this. So to
Yeah.
me, this is easy because
Oh.
when you look at what the gain is, so what can you balance with it? I mean, it's your
Mm-hmm.
life. And so if you say you're going to enjoy it now with your lifestyle that you're used to,
Mm-hmm.
that life, you may enjoy it now, but it'll be short,
Yeah.
you know? So not that I'm saying that this is not enjoyable. To me, my meals are enjoyable. In fact, I
Mm-hmm.
am glad I discovered, new ways of doing things. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I look at it.
Yeah, I love that.
Mhm.
I love what you
Yeah.
just shared. And, I love that you shared your mental clarity and your energy is back.
Yes.
And I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to reversing diabetes. Of course, numbers, we always love hearing them, right? Whenever people
Yes.
see these, titles, they want to see A1C going down and things like that. But I think one thing that I really want people to understand is the amount of energy that you're going to gain back, the mental clarity you're going to gain
Yes.
back. That's invaluable, because guess what? When you have the energy, when you have the mental focus, you can do so much more in life, right?
In fact, I'll tell you there were times that before I knew what this was,
Mm-hmm.
that I embarrassed myself several times. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody will ask, even at work, somebody will ask me
Mm-hmm.
a simple question, like, say, what time did you wake up to come here this morning? Like my
Mm-hmm.
mind cannot think and figure that out.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
That's how
Mm-hmm.
bad it was, although I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I look back, like about a month or two down the road, I'm like, oh, so this is what it was, and I was scratching my head. I didn't know what the situation,
Wow.
what was causing it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look back and see where I am now, I'm just thankful.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so
Mhm.
much for sharing, Ezekiel. And,
You're
I think
welcome.
yeah, yeah. And I think it's
Yeah.
very interesting just to be able to interview you in this process while you're still in the program, because I
Yes.
know one thing you mentioned was that, after getting off of medications, for those of you watching, Ezekiel completely got off his medications. when you get off the medications, right, you see your blood sugar a little bit higher than before, but it's still leveled, right? And so I think a lot of people also have to understand that it's a process. And that's why when it comes to reversing diabetes, everybody's body is different. Some people may not have the elevated blood sugar when they get off medications. Some people do. But what matters is that as long as you stay on the course, it's going to level out and your body is going to heal itself. And so I think even also being able to take off that fear of what happens if I don't have my medications, like really trusting that your body will figure itself out is also something that is very important, I should say.
And that's another thing that I'm glad you mentioned, because when you don't know, you'll think, oh, okay, let me go back and take that dose again because I did not exhaust them. The medications are still in my med closet. So you might say, okay, oh, it has gone up a little. Let me try. But if you trust in what it is that has gotten you where you are, you can rely on it. And it's only natural that, it's a question of time for everything to level out so that the body can regulate itself and you are normal again.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yes.
And what would you say to people that are on the fence about reversing type 2 diabetes? What would you say to them?
I think I would ask them the question that you asked me. I think the second question you asked me, why would you want to make a change in your life? Do you have anything to look forward to? Do you have things that would suffer if you continue on in your current trajectory? Do you have children? Do you have goals in life? Look at those and draw motivation from them. Because like I said, if there is a solution to your predicament right now, reach out for it. And I'm here telling you by this example that there is a solution. So just reach out to it. And you might think that it's difficult looking at it from the outside, but what is the alternative? The alternative may be an enjoyable life for you in the short run, but it's not going to last. But again, I would assure you that this change is good, it's comfortable, it's nourishing, the meals are good, and you just need to put your mind there.
Yeah, I love what you
I have asked you a few times before, how much more can I add? Because I feel like this is good. I eat a lot until I say, no, I mean, I'm eating too much. But it's plants, so they don't really have an effect on a negative effect on your well-being.
Yeah, you can eat as much as you desire, right?
Yeah,
And
that
that's
was
the
your
best
assurance, and I
part.
said, oh, okay. So I guess I can sometimes find out.
Yeah, if anything, we always tell our clients, okay, you should eat more
Yes.
because everything is so low in calorie density,
Yes.
right? And so,
Yes.
we always tell you that. I love that. And is there anything else you'd like to add or share with us?
I'll just say, and again, I have told you this before. You have a good team. You guys are good. The support you've given me. It's like we've always known each other, and we've only, it's just been a few days, and so I'll just tell everybody that this team right here is a team that will take care of you. And so don't waste time. Just jump in. And you will see, you come to give a testimony and talk about this maybe in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I love that. And that was you, right? You were watching the testimonies, and then now you're one of the testimonies.
Let me tell you,
right?
there was I think I watched one or two testimonies, and I said, man, these guys are lucky. I said, I wish I could be in that position. That was just about a month and a half ago. And little did I know that it was going to work too. But just believe me, just jump into this thing and you'll be okay.
I love that. This is great. And, I think I always encourage people as well, if you're watching this, like, imagine that one day you'll be in Ezekiel's position to tell other people, dang, like this actually works. Dang, like I was able to get off my medications. That, start imagining that that can be you too,
Yes.
because I think that's the biggest thing. I think the biggest hurdle is that people don't think that they can do the same, right? They just think, oh, like someone's special.
I'll tell you that I was in that position. In fact, I had a lot of faith, but I still doubted. I kept saying, is it good? I saw this lady that had been diabetic for 18 years.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, after joining the program, after being there for, she said, a few months or something, and things changed for her.
Yeah.
So when I'm sitting there, I'm saying, 18 years.
Yeah.
I could not believe it, but yeah, it would work for you.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that was Emily, that had diabetes for 18 years and she was still able to reverse it. And so, one thing that I'm very excited about is you're someone that are newly diagnosed, right? And so, of course, wherever you start, whether you're diagnosed with 5, 10, 20 years, it's still never too late to start. But I think one thing that I also want people to know, because a lot of times they can feel discouraged when they're newly diagnosed, right? Is that don't see it as a discouragement, but see it as something that you can use to reinvent yourself. Now you have this new life. Now you have this new mental clarity. Now you have this new outlook on life, right? And I think that's the most precious thing. So I love that you are able to find us very early on. And I feel like this whole interview, just speaking with you all the time, I feel like I'm speaking to a rabbi. I think you have such a great energy about you. You have such a great mindset and just attitude about you. So I'm really grateful that we got to.
No, I thank you for that. And you have just reminded me of the question I asked you when we first met. I said, and you had mentioned the idea that I'm newly diagnosed, and you said that you have a better chance than most. And then I said, how sure are you? I said, can you assure me that that works? And I was looking for your reaction to that, because that's to know how these things would, pan out. And then you say, this, I can almost guarantee that when you start early, that your trajectory is good. And that made my day. I don't know if I mentioned it, but that's man. I drew energy from that. I said, if that is what she thinks, then why not? Because remember, a few days earlier, I was thinking, man, this is it. When I got that diagnosis, because I hadn't been looking for information on diabetes. So when I got that, I said, oh, so this is how it's going to be. This is it,
Yeah.
But when you gave me that information, that made my day, and I drew energy from there since. And it's working out.
Yeah, it's working out beautifully, and it makes my day just to see that it actually happens. Of course, I have 100% confidence a lot of times, because when also research shows that if you're newly diagnosed, usually around the 3 years range, you have a very high chance of reversing it. And so I love that you shared that. And, thank you so much for trusting us. Thank you so much for just believing in us. And I am grateful for my team as well. I think they're amazing. I think they're godsends. And I really feel like we have such a great synergy in our team, and we just love helping you. And thank you so much for everything that you shared. Thank you so much for your time. And we're really grateful that we get to help you. And I'm excited just to see what happens next,
I'm excited. And all I can say is thank you. Thank you so much. You keep doing what you're doing. I think you are a blessing, because you're touching so many lives.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Ezekiel. And, we're really grateful for you as well. Literally, I mean, of course, we love helping people, but just to be able to see people change and people be able to reap the benefits of it, that's, our joy. And so we're really lucky that we get to witness that from you as well. So, for those of you who are watching, if you're curious to what we're talking about, the science behind this, just watch the free training and you'll be able to understand what we're talking about. And if you're interested in, joining our reversing diabetes program as well, Ezekiel is in, you can also book a call with us after watching that free training and we'll be able to help you from there. I hope everyone has a good day. I don't know if you have anything else to add, Ezekiel. But you can also,
No,
say
again, I just want to pass my regards to the rest of your team again and tell them how much we appreciate you. And again, just keep doing what you're doing. You are a blessing to many lives.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Ezekiel. We're really grateful for you. And yeah, everyone, if you want to hear more from us, just, let us know. And thank you so much, Ezekiel. And we'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Have a good one, everyone.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.